Angel's unit. What we're going to try and do is we're going to notch this down here a little bit, this a little bit right here, and we're going to go ahead and try and do like a radiator tuck kind of, because if not, then there ain't going to be no fan or anything clearing, nothing in here. That's what we're going to try and do. So we're going to try and get this Mustang to start. I put the coil pack in this, and there's a little thing right here for the ignition we put in there, because we had to take parts off this when we were trying to get the GT to run. So I just threw back all the parts on this, went ahead and put some air in the tires. The Accord battery we put in here, it should be good still. I mean, it's an optimum battery. If not, we can jump it, but I'm going to see if starts. It's got a brand new fresh engine in it, and as you can see, I don't want to really give out the tag number, but you got a tag for it, so it's registered and everything. See how she starts, how she sounds, and we'll go from there. I hear a fuel pump. Dead? Alright, so I guess the battery ain't charged enough. We can go ahead and jump it with the truck, see when we get this to start, see how it sounds, go from there. Alright guys, here we see if it goes. Almost. Running. And dead. You did it without me pulling the camera out first. Yeah. She rips. She's a ripper. She's a ripper. Oh yeah. Baby gets down. And it's got a working top. Woo! Look at that. Look at that. Here. Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while since we posted. Went on vacation, had a good time, you know. Gonna try to do some work on the F23 EK hatch. What I want to try and do is get the intercooler mocked up and everything. And I'm gonna get the intercooler piping from the Accord. See how much of it will work on it. What needs to be modified. Build tabs for this, try and get this mounted up, and finish the intake manifold so we can try and get that up. Got to figure out wiring, figure out what goes where, what I need to add, what I got to do, if I got to get a different harness. I don't know, because I know the single cam, the F23's got the crank sensor here, and the F20s and H22s running in distributor. So I got to figure out that, because this harness was modified for an F20B. So we got to figure that out. And just keep going. Got to get conversion axles. I'm gonna see if I can make some. If not, then I'm gonna buy a set. But right now, I'm gonna focus on the stuff that ain't gonna cost me an arm and a leg. So I have an intercooler, I have piping, I have a welder, I have metal. So we can figure that out first. So let me get something figured out, and we'll update you guys then. Okay, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do now, before I do anything else, is trying to get the rest of this wiring on. I already started going through some of it. So I'm gonna plug in anything that I can see that needs to be plugged in. Obviously there's gonna be some left over because there's no intake on it. I did some work on the intake manifold, so that should be done soon so I can get it on the engine. And then get these studs in as well. But I'm gonna go through, see what plugs I have that connect on this harness, and then what needs to be done, stuff like that. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for this crank sensor here, because this harness was converted to an F20 to F20 and H22's harness, and those run through the distributor. So I got to figure out if I'm gonna run, if I'm capable of running that distributor in it, or if I got to convert the harness somehow, figure that out. But I'm just gonna go along, plug in what I can, and then update you guys after that. All right, guys. So I'm doing what I didn't want to do, but we're gonna have to make it happen. Took the shifter cable and shifter box out of the Accord, so we could put in the EK. Didn't want to, but that's all right, because I'm probably gonna go K-tune shifter box and cables on this, but yep, I'm gonna go ahead and get this in the EK, and hopefully this works in it. I don't know. It had a Prelude shifter set up in it, so I'm sure the Accord one and the Prelude ones are all the same. So I'm gonna get this bolted in and connect it, and we'll be back. I got a little more of the wiring on, got this on. There's just some wires like this that are broken. I have no clue where they go, so I just got to wait until I get the intake on and all the more accessories on it to see where everything plugs into. Speed sensors on. I got to, like I said, figure out the distributor, what I'm gonna do. But starters on, oil pressure sensors on. I gotta do the knock sensor. I gotta actually pull one off the block, the other block to put in here, and then go through it. This all goes to the cooling stuff, and a lot of these are probably gonna be VTEC stuff, which is all on the intake. So yeah, stop talking, let's get this installed. Alright guys, so I got the shifter cables connected in here. You can see it's all connected right there, running in the car. But I ran into a problem right here. This shifter box does not fit down like the other one did. So I'm gonna have to probably cut this better, where the bottom of this here, this little box part of it, sits down. So I'm gonna have to modify this. Then we can bolt it all in, get the cables on, and then we'll have a shifter set up, which will be cool. And then I still got to figure out the slave setup. I don't know if I'm gonna try and get like a steel braided one made for it or whatever, or if they make one. I'm pretty sure the EK one will work. So I'm gonna try and look up that, see how much one is, if I can get one here soon. If anyone local has one, if I got to go to, you know, Injuku or something. I know Injuku don't really mess with Hondas, but I don't know. I'll figure out what I can figure out and try and get this setup done. But I'm gonna go ahead and try and modify that and keep going. Alright guys, well, I was gonna cut that out, but this thing is broken and I'm trying to get this off, but the lock button is not locking this where it will lock it so I can take this off. So I was trying with pliers, I was trying with vice grips, anything I can. I can't get that off. Angel should be coming out here soon. If so, she's got a grinder over there, and I can go ahead and cut those out so I can run the shifter box. And Angel has a jumper harness that I can connect that will work with this distributor, he says. So hopefully that works out. And then I got to figure out this part here. And then I'm going to run home real quick, get the crank pulley and this timing cover and everything so I can get that on. And then go ahead and get the dipstick in and button things up front, like the alternator and stuff like that. Don't need a power steering pump because I'm not going to be running power steering in the car, but I do need an alternator. So I'm going to run home, do that all, and I'll be back. Alright guys, so I'm back. I was digging around and looking around, and this clip here is the clip for the crank sensor. This clip next to here. And I found here the same pigtail that is the style as that, because this will be the crank trigger or crank or cam signal for the H22s, I'm guessing, or something. I'm not sure. But I was thinking that I can go and get this harness. Obviously I'm not going to cut the one off this harness, but I can get this pigtail, plug it into here, and then wire it into that over there and make like a homemade jumper harness kind of thing, which I believe is kind of what Rodwire does, son, when you go F20 in them, because it goes into the distributor. So that will work for that. So that's figured out, which is cool. And now I just got to figure out distributor. Angel brought his jumper harness, but it's different, so that won't work. So I got to figure out what distributor to run or how to wire in a distributor for it. And I did bring the timing cover and crank pulley. Keep busting things out, I guess. All right, timing cover's on, crank pulley's on. While Angel was here, I got his grinder and his Dremel. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this hole out in here a little bigger to try and get the shifter box in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done, and then hopefully it works, and I'll show you guys how that came out. Alright guys, so went ahead and made pilot holes there, 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 and right there for the bolts to go through. So I'm going to go ahead and make the holes bigger so the bolts can drop through, put the box in, and try and see if I can get it to bolt down. Shifter box in. I had to throw on the OG shifter setup from the Accord, but check it out. We got first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and reverse. Hell yeah, brother. So, shifter box installed. It's all connected on trans. It goes through all the gears. So that's a step closer. Now I got to figure out this distributor thing, and I got to figure out if I want to do conversion axles on it or if I want to try and rig up a set of axles. But I don't know, because I don't want to snap an axle, and Hondas are very common for that already. So, I don't know. But I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video here, guys. I'm getting fat. Get out of this thing. So I think I'm gonna end the video here. I didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but we got some progress done. We got as much of the harness I can get connected. The shift linkage is in. I did take time pulling this stuff apart to get the shifter and everything out of it. That's there. I still gotta mess with intercooler stuff, but like I said, Angel gave me his grinder and his Dremel, so I can use that stuff. So I got that stuff from him, so I can go ahead and cut up what I need to cut. Probably just cut up some intercooler piping and stuff, and just take things up, and I'll take it out to somebody so they can weld it up, because I can't weld aluminum. And I do want to cut stuff out of the car, and the Dremel I need so I can finish the intake manifold. Can't talk, y'all, but it's like 9 o'clock at night. I'm tired, thirsty as can be. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Some progress on the F23 swapped EK hatch up in here. But that's gonna be it for now, y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that notification button. Peace.